Whoops. Okay, so I really wanted to go to the bookstore today, but they're closed on Sundays. I'm so sad. So I'm gonna go tomorrow before work. But today, I'm gonna stop by the library. My books are overdue, and I'm going to return all these books. I read this one, oops, Your Hidden Riches, which is about rituals, daily rituals. Really good. I got some really good insight from that one. This one's called Code to Your Extraordinary Mind. This is about changing your thought process and what that can do for your life. 10 Unconventional Laws to Redefine Your Life. It's really good. I feel like all the books that I got are very similar, so it does talk about rituals the same way the other book does. And yeah, I mean, it was good. I read parts of it, didn't read it like front to back, cover to cover. This one, I totally had no idea what it was. I just picked it up. I thought it was going to be something completely different, but it literally is about pyramids and the science of those pyramids. I thought it was going to be a little bit more philosophical, but it's very just science. This one, Creative Visualization. This one I think is more or less manifesting. And it goes into the laws of manifesting. Yes, that's what this is. And it's really good. It's a pretty short read. I did have to kind of reread the laws because I was like, what is this trying to say to me right now? And it's so interesting because I think had I read this before I read the rituals and I had started really diving into manifestation, I don't think I would have understood what this is trying to tell me. I had to, for example, the technique of this one. It says the art and practice of creative visualization. That's not the one I wanted. Physical visualization. I can't talk. Visualization. I think it's more or less just vision boards. The law of emotions, which is really just regulating your emotions and thoughts. There was one that was really good. I can't remember what it's called, but it's basically things that happen quickly. When the force moves quickly, it can move back just as quickly. If something happens in one direction, it's gonna happen in the other direction. Along the same lines of what goes up must come down, but what goes up quickly will come down just as quickly. So it's essentially saying that if you want success, it's better to get it slowly and steadily, because then if you were to lose it, you'd lose it slowly and steadily. But if you were to get success really quickly at a fast speed, you can lose it just as quickly. So that was really nice. So yeah, it just uses a lot of metaphors, and it is, once you know what it's talking about, then you're like, oh, okay, I understand. So that's great. This one, have not really got into it. The Origins of Creativity. I thought I'd really like this, but I don't know. It's pretty just I feel like a man would like this more. You know what I mean? I just don't know if this is. It's very dry. That's the problem. Every chapter that I try to read, because sometimes if I can't get into the first chapter, I'll just go through. And I'm just anyways. Oh, one more. This one I might renew because I haven't actually read it yet. It's called The Sweet Spot, The Pleasures of Suffering and the Search for Meaning. And this really just talks about why we suffer and why we pursue pain, like why we like horror movies and why we why we pursue suffering. Why do we enjoy it? So I just haven't gone into this yet, so I think I'm going to renew it so I can read this one. So those are my books that I am taking back to the library, and I'm going to see what else I can grab today. I would like to get some more books around like feminine energy, feminine healing, feminine anything, just feminine energy in general. That's what I want to read. So hopefully I'll see something there that I like. But for now, we're gonna go to the gym. Yeah, so I'll see you there. So I just got back from the library and I went to go get some lip gloss because I was just feeling it. I lost some good lip gloss recently and I have not replaced them. I can't open these, but I got them both from Milani. This one is Cranberry Currant and it looks like it has like, I feel like the camera is not even doing it justice. And then I got Black Cherry Vanilla, and I love putting this on top of like nudes. I've never tried a color this dark though. Usually, I think this is gonna be red. And it said it's not very pigmented, so I'm excited to try those. And then we'll get to the books. So, this is a book I renewed because I didn't read it last time, called The Sweet Spot, The Pleasure of Suffering and the Search for Meaning. Super curious about that. I was walking out of the library and I was like, I was walking out of Walmart and I saw this man who was wearing a hoodie. Meanwhile, I'm in a jacket, a sweater, and a scarf. And I'm thinking to myself, why? Like, are men actually not cold, or are they just like suffering just for the sake of suffering? I don't understand it. And then it reminded me of this book. And I was like, you know what? I need to write this question down and then I need to go read this book because I feel like it might answer that for me. So I just thought that was an interesting little moment. And then the next book I got is called Think: Why You Should Question Everything by Guy P. Harrison. This just talks, it has like so many different questions. It's everything from like weird beliefs about UFOs, ghosts, psychics, to just like philosophical questions. It talks about the brain, it talks about certain biases that we have. So it basically answers questions across different fields. So I thought that would be fun. I don't know if I'm gonna read the whole thing, but I think there's a lot of chapters in there that I'm like, oh, I will read that. Ooh, and I saw this one, The Creative Way by Rick Rubin. I really like Rick Rubin. Everything about him is he's so just like zen and balanced, and everything he says makes just total sense. So I saw this and I was like, okay, immediately yes. I did start The Artist's Way, technically twice, and there's something about trying to stick to a routine of that book while I'm reading. I'm currently in a book club, and with work, I'm like, sticking to a 12-week program has been not easy for me. However, I've started journaling more consistently. I do consider going to the library as my artist dates, and I'm doing it more often. And I think I'm implementing a lot of the things so far, but I've just been doing it week 1 for like 4 weeks at this point. So I don't know. I'm gonna have to find a better time that I can sit down and do it, because every time I skip a week, it just like makes it harder and harder for me to go back, and I don't want that. But on the plus side is I own the book, so I can do it. I can take as long as I need. Okay, this is the last book I got. This was just like, I've been looking for books about just like feminine energy, women, just like the beautiful dynamic changes and life of women. Anything about feminine energy that does not pertain to men is exactly what I'm looking for. So this is not like that. This has nothing to do with that. But it's called Our Women on the Ground, Essays by Arab Women Reporting from Arab Worlds. And I was like, oh, that sounds interesting. Like, I think it sounds like something I have to read, because the way women write, especially women reporters, I just know that this is gonna be so good. So I just picked that up. Sometimes I get books that I know I'm not necessarily gonna finish, so I don't know if, like I said, I don't know if I'll finish this, and I'm going to do my best to actually finish this. But sometimes I just like to grab a few books and read what works and then take back what doesn't, because I'm not making multiple trips just because I'm getting one book. I'm gonna get a stack, and then yeah, that's how I like to go to the library. And then my lip oils were my sweet treat. Let's try one. I hope it's not as dark as I think it is. Doesn't help them not wearing makeup. It smells delicious. Yeah, barely any color, which is okay. That's kind of what I thought it would be. And I think if I had lipstick on, you would see more color. Smell is really good. Let's try this over top. I wish I had something too. Yeah, very Can you see difference? I didn't need to. I'll just say that much. They look very different color, but you know what? They probably look better on top of lip gloss, on top of lipstick. And to be fair, I do like this more than lip gloss. It's not as sticky. So that is all. I am going to do another video for my other channel. I don't know, probably not till later tonight. And I'm going to flesh out ideas for a new new painting that I have in my mind. I need to just like get it out. So I'm gonna start working on that. And that's it. I'll see you tomorrow. Bye.